Continuing back in New Orleans with Troy head coach Chip Lindsey now entering year 3 leading the Trojans. We've talked to a couple of people today. We didn't get a chance to do this last year because of COVID. We did have you back in 19. It's good to see you again, man.
You too. It's always this is a great time because kickoff's right around the corner, and you don't appreciate sometimes things until you don't get to do them. And definitely excited to be here. I think that's a sign we're heading in the right direction. Get back to some normalcy.
Did your fans pick your tie again like they did 2 years ago?
No, I don't think we didn't do that, did we?
Okay.
No, this is one of my favorites, so I really like it.
I
So
like that one too.
My wife helped me with it, make sure the red's right,
You guys took some steps forward. I know it was another losing season, but some steps forward on defense. Points per game came down. Not necessarily the most opportunistic in terms of forcing turnovers. I know Carlton Marshall's on that defense, preseason player of the year. We'll get to him in a moment. But going into the season, how do you stress trying to be more of a turnover-forcing unit?
Yeah, I think that's the key. When you create turnovers, you give your offense more opportunities. I thought at times we did that. I remember a couple pick sixes and different things. I think for us, obviously last year, it was an unbelievable year from the standpoint of just every week not knowing who you got, who you don't. I'm sure Georgia Southern in the same boat. And I really am proud of how our guys battled through it. We started off great. We had some COVID issues in the middle of the season that we dealt with as well as we could, and then finished really strong with South Alabama and Coastal Carolina, and then didn't get to play our last game against ULM and trying to get bowl eligible. So all in all, we had great momentum built for the offseason. I feel like we were a much better team than our record, but at the same time, you kind of are who you are record-wise, and we missed some opportunities during the middle of the season to put ourselves in a better position for sure. The good thing is we got a lot of guys back, and we were much improved on defense. I want to say we jumped maybe 71 spots on defense, which is outstanding. And a lot of people go, well, what did you guys do different, No, we didn't do anything different. But what we did is we got better players, So we had more depth, and we've added to that some too. So I'm looking forward to it. I know our team's excited. We've had a great offseason and ready to get going.
You brought up the point during that you were supposed to play ULM to wrap up the season.
Yeah.
That's a game that never happened because of COVID issues. That was the only game in the conference schedule that did not get played last year.
I know.
You're getting prepared.
You're reminding me.
Well,
Yeah, he's like, thanks, rubbing it in.
Thanks for rubbing that in.
Don't rub it in. But with that in mind, trying to get prepared and trying to finish with a 500 season, how much does that motivate you that you didn't get a chance to really end your year?
Yeah, it hurt when it happened because in our mind we were getting bowl eligible, going to go to a bowl, win a bowl game, and all that, and we just didn't get it. And so, and if you go back and remember, we were supposed to play ULM, I think 2 or 3 other times during the season.
Yeah.
Kept getting moved around or something like that. So it is what it is. COVID made it an unusual year for everyone. But still, at the end of the day, our guys wanted to be bowl eligible and get in, and we didn't get that opportunity. But at the same time, if you look back during the season, we left some things on the table early in the year that we wouldn't have been in that position if we had done some things early in the year like we should have done or could have done. And it's created a lot of motivation for our offseason for sure. Our guys are very confident going into this season, and this league's better than it's ever been. You guys know that. No offense to anyone, but there is no Idaho states and New Mexico states anymore, or Idaho, whichever one was in there. It was before I got here, so I can't remember. But, what I'm getting at is we got great coaches. We got great coaches in this league. We got great program. We got good players in our league. Every program in our league, if you look, is improving and getting better, and that makes it for a really competitive league. In my opinion, the best G5 league in the country.
Mentioned him earlier, but Carlton Marshall has really been a guy that stands out for you guys on the defensive side, somebody that we've talked about a lot. You love to watch play unless you're playing against him.
Yeah.
But being able to watch him grow up at Troy, what has that process been like?
It's been great. He got here before I was there. He walked on and earned a scholarship. And, my first spring, I remember us running plays against the defense, and I'm upset with the O-line. Like, why are we not blocking this guy? There's no way we can't block him. And he just always makes tackles. He's got great instincts. Very tough, very physical, and loves to play. And just really, really, he's such an unselfish person. All this hype and things he gets, you never hear him say anything about it. He wants Troy to win. That's the only thing he cares about. And all the other stuff comes along with it. He's a great example of if you take care of the team, think good things happen. And he's a leader of our team for sure. Hopefully we can keep him as long as we can. Maybe he can get his doctorate degree or whatever, with this extra year, because we want him there as long as we can keep him.
offensively had a little bit of trouble running the football last year, just 3.4 yards per carry, but there is talent in that backfield. We saw Kamani Vidal, the Georgia guy, and from indications, B.J. Smith may be back to the B.J. Smith that he was a couple of years ago when he was Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, we really struggled up front. I mean, we had 3 new starters and 1 true freshman. They did get better at the end of the season. We played much, much better up front. And, went through some growing pains. That's just part of it. But we got them all back. They've got experience. We've added a few depth to it. We have to run the football better. We understand that. And that's something that we really worked on hard in the spring and will continue. But I'm pleased with the progress. I mean, our defense is, with Carlton and those guys over there, do a pretty good job stopping the run. So, we were able to hit some runs in the spring and so forth. But that's going to be a huge part of our success this year is how well we're able to run the ball when we want to run it.
You did get them involved in the pass game, and I remember back to when Georgia Southern played Auburn in 2017. You were the offensive coordinator. I know how much that you like to involve the running backs in the passing game. Both those guys had 26 catches, second most in the league amongst running backs behind C.J. Marable. That seems to be a big part of moving this offense ahead.
Yeah, I think so. I think, if you look at the NFL, it's the same way. It's how you attack space, and how you create explosive plays. And, us being able to throw the football down the field some really helps open up for our guys underneath. And, yeah, we don't turn around. We maybe didn't turn around and hand it to them for as much success as we wanted, but we really did a great job getting them the football in the passing game, which from a coaching standpoint is kind of what I look at. But those guys do a great job of running routes. They understand coverage. They understand where to be when they're supposed to, on certain concepts and so forth. So, and they can all catch it. And if we're not going to sign guys that can't catch the football, I think that's important too. And if you're going to go on and play at the next level, you better be able to do it. So, for us, it's a huge part of what we do, and we'll hopefully continue to do that.
You bring back Gunnar Watson at quarterback, but you've been able to create a competition, bringing in Taylor Powell from Missouri. I know Jacob Free decided he wasn't going to use his extra year of eligibility, but for Powell, somebody that's transferring in from Missouri, that should help amp up that quarterback room.
Yeah, for sure. Jacob decided to go ahead and start his career coaching and teaching. We were so excited for him. I love that kid to death, and he's graduated, got his degree, and his high school coach got a job and offered him a job with him. So that's pretty neat to see one of your players get into coaching. I think that's always exciting. But Gunnar played really well early. He got hurt against Georgia State and missed, I think, a month and some broken ribs, and came back, really played hurt the rest of the year. But was played at a high level. Just too many turnovers. That's one thing we got to correct at that position. We brought Taylor Powell in to create some competition there, who's played in the SEC. He's got experience. Really pleased with how he came in and really jumped both feet in, learning our offense and becoming a factor. We had a great competition in the spring, and Gunnar improved because of it. And we'll go into the fall with a really good competition, and it'll make everybody better.
Georgia Southern is going to visit Troy October the 9th, first of back-to-back home games in a week, going to the state of Alabama, have South Alabama that following Thursday at Hancock-Whitney Stadium. And I bring it up because the Vet has not been a place that Georgia Southern has been very good at outside of the victory in 2015. 17 and 19 were both blowout losses. From the experience of your standpoint being on that sideline, what makes the Vet such a home field advantage?
Well, I mean, obviously our fans. I mean, we are always ranked high in attendance, and where we are located, Troy is really important, probably similar to Georgia Southern in our state. That area, they love Troy football, and that's one of the things that I think's really impressive. When I came here as an assistant in 2010, saw it firsthand then, and now coming back as the head coach, and you got a fan base that's extremely passionate. Really very similar. We were very similar from Georgia Southern and Troy from the standpoint of where we're located in the state, and obviously there's some other schools in the SEC that are in our state or whatever, but the people that love Troy or went to Troy and support Troy, they love it. And I'm sure it's the same there at Georgia Southern, and that's what makes it special. And we always love playing at home. I didn't enjoy that trip to Georgia Southern near as much last year as I did being at home the year before.
The thing that is amazing about that, to add a little bit more, the average attendance of the Vet is more than the total population of Troy. I don't know how you achieve that, but multiple attendance records have been set over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
You just added the new facility within the last couple of years. Things are going up, I would think.
Yeah, I think it just that whole southeastern part of Alabama, there's a lot of rural towns around there, and they all want to come to Troy and support us. And we got a great game day atmosphere. That's one of the things that's pretty cool is the tailgating scene there is really cool. I mean, we do our Trojan walk there before every game. Last year we didn't get to do it, but we'll go back to that, I'm sure. and it's just an event that they come for and tailgate, and I mean that's what college football is all about. That's why it's so much fun to be at programs like this and Georgia Southern as well, where it's really important and the fans get into it and makes it really special.
You've talked about it, and we've heard it a lot today, how strong the Sun Belt Conference is right now. When you look at this conference as a whole, is it kind of where you thought it would be when you took the job at Troy?
No, it's better. It's better than I thought it'd be, for sure. Yeah, I remember when I was here in 2010, a lot of Conference USA schools now were in the league then. I think FAU, FIU, I remember playing those guys, and that stand out for sure. And, you know, it's just changed. The dynamics has changed with Georgia Southern coming in, App State coming in, now Coastal Carolina. Obviously, they had their breakout year last year.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just what you find is you find a league that football is important at those universities. They hire good coaches. They financially support it like they should. And so each and every week, I mean, it's a dogfight. You got to be ready. And there is no easy week for sure.
Last year was what it was, but the league got such a great opportunity to play on national television. Coastal was a top 10 team at one point. Louisiana was top 15. App State was ranked before ultimately not finishing in the top 25. But now that this year looks like it could be more normal, to put it that way, how can the league still be positioned to have the kind of impact that it did last year?
Well, I think it started with our leadership. Our commissioner, obviously Keith Gill, he does a great job, and he announced the extended partnership with ESPN and more opportunities to play and so forth. And I think we've earned that. Our conference has earned that, and now that's just going to give us more and more exposure. And I think for us, we had success last year against some P5s as a conference, which is always helps you. And our bowl success is outstanding. I mean, if you look at our league winning percentage, won the most bowl games. When you compare all the leagues, so all those things I think go hand in hand, and making this league really, really good, really, really competitive, and makes it a lot of fun. But it does cause some stress on coaches. I can promise you that, getting ready every week.
You started September the 4th against Southern, September the 11th against Liberty. Both of those will be at the Vet. And again, Georgia Southern will be visiting Troy October the 9th. Eagles and Trojans down in the Wiregrass. Coach, it's been a couple years since we had a chance to see you. Appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah.
Good luck this season.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.